So now, please give a round of applause to our next speaker, very distinctive one. We will be talking 5G for telemedicine and autonomous maritime services, innovations from Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, and Minister at the Ministry of Interior, Building and Digitalization of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, Germany, Christian Tegel, is here today with us. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you for the invitation to Riga and this convention and for the introduction. My name, you heard it, is Christian Tegel. I'm the Minister of the Interior, Building and Digitalization in Mecklenburg-Vorpommern in Germany. I'm a minister in one of the 16 federal states in Germany. Our federal state is the northeast, in the northeast of Germany. In the past, it had been a part of the German Democratic Republic. After the reunion of Germany, we are the federal state in the northeastern part of the Federal Republic of Germany. The border of our federal state on the east side is the German border to Poland. In our west side, we see Hamburg in the distance. In our south, we see Berlin in 80 kilometers distance. And in our north, you find the Baltic Sea coastline. Our north is the area of beach and ports. For example, you find in the center of our Baltic Sea coastline the port of Rostock. That's for the first guidance about our federal state and myself. Ladies and gentlemen, digitalization and AI offer many opportunities in all areas. In a world that is becoming increasingly dynamic with modern technology, we must utilize these opportunities, especially in times of demographic changes and urbanization. I am therefore very pleased to present you today two selected examples of innovations from Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. At first, 5G for telemedicine, and at second, autonomous maritime services. The first topic I would like to present is the tele-emergency medical service in the District of Vorpommern-Greifswald as a part of our federal state. Now you see Germany, and pigmented in red, the District of Vorpommern-Greifswald. The District of Vorpommern-Greifswald is located in the northeast of our federal state and borders Poland directly to the east. With the island of Usedom as a holiday region, it is especially a popular vacation destination in the summer in Germany. On the island stays overnight 5.2 million visitors per year. With its 60 inhabitants per square kilometer, it has the lowest population density in Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. Besides that, Mecklenburg-Vorpommern has the lowest population density in Germany, with only 68 inhabitants per square kilometer. You see, the District of Vorpommern-Greifswald is a very rural region. Regarding the rescue service in the district, it can be noted that there are a total of 19 rescue service stations and 11 emergency doctor stations. These conduct around 40,000 missions yearly, which averages to about 6 missions per day per station. But what does this mean for the emergency services? There's a threat of permanent understaffing at emergency medical services locations that are not connected to hospitals, especially during holiday or vacation, weekends or night shifts. Long transport routes and extended absences occur when the emergency doctor accompanies a patient to the hospital. For example, traveling from the island of Usedom to the University Medicine of Greifswald takes about 1 hour by car. Therefore, in the case of an escort to the hospital, the emergency doctor will not be available in the area for at least 2.5 to 3 hours. Additionally, declining population density in rural areas and increasing distances between practicing doctors contribute to a rise in emergency service calls. The growing specialization of clinics also leads to longer distances that need to be covered. Moreover, there are significant challenges in recruiting suitable medical staff, whether in hospitals, rescue services, or emergency stations. Furthermore, demographic changes, such as an aging population and higher life expectancy, add to these issues. The in Germany so-called Silver Society refers to what has already been mentioned. We will see an increasing number of pensioners alongside a decreasing percentage of employers. We expect a rising number of people with multimorbidity who require specialized care. Additionally, patients with minor injuries often call the ambulance instead of the statutory insurance emergency service, which means there will be an increase in the frequency of rescue service operations. Ensuring a sufficient density of emergency doctors is becoming a challenge, particularly in increasingly sparsely populated regions. So, what could be a possible solution to this problem? As discussed, in the future, an increasing number of patients in the ambulance service will need to be treated without an emergency doctor on site. But how can this be achieved? One approach is to advance the academization of preclinical patient care outside of medical studies. There needs to be a significant increase in the training and competencies of emergency paramedics. And we must ensure the rapid implementation of telemedicine in emergency services. The project Rural Rescue is a collaborative initiative involving different project partners. The project was designed to last 3 years and was funded with 5.4 million euros. Its aim was to improve emergency medical care in sparsely populated rural areas and prepare it for the future. Today, it has been implemented in practice. The tele-emergency medical service system is part of this rural rescue project and was launched in October 2017. Currently, there are 6 ambulance vehicles and a total of 16 emergency medical service doctors. Since the beginning of the project, more than 2,500 operations have been conducted using the tele-emergency medical service. How does the tele-emergency medical service work? The technical devices PeakBox and PeakConnect are advanced mobile communication units designed for use in ambulances. It ensures secure data, audio, and video communication to enhance tele-emergency medical service. This technology facilitates real-time communications between emergency responders and medical professionals, improving patient care and decision-making during emergencies. One doctor can medicate 3 emergency cases at once. The doctor sits in an office and gets the same information about the patient like being in the ambulance vehicle. On this slide, you can see how such an ambulance is technically equipped. The equipment is the same to that of a regular ambulance, except that more technology is installed, allowing the tele-emergency medical service to monitor the situation inside the ambulance vehicle. The possible scenarios for the tele-emergency medical service include implementing measures to ensure patient care until the emergency doctor arrives on site, maintaining quality care for non-life-threatening cases through telemedicine, and improving the disposability of emergency doctors in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, the second topic I would like to present is the so-called 5G port. It deals with how 5G technology can be utilized for small commercial ports and their shipping activities. It can be divided into 3 sub-projects. The flagship project, which I will shortly discuss now, focuses on the maritime aspect, covering everything related to shipping. The second sub-project deals with the land side of the port, including logistics and security issues, and the third project deals with the improvement of operational processes and AI-controlled vehicle fleet. The seaside project focuses on the establishment and installation of a 5G campus network, as well as the remote access and control of ship systems. By setting up 5G connectivity, a remote access system for a solar ferry will also be implemented. The basic is a digital twin, which is hosted in the University of Stralsund. The 2 5G base stations ensure that the waterway of the solar ferry is covered with 5G connectivity. The ferry connects 2 sides of the little lake in the middle of the nature you see on the slide. Sensor technology monitors in real time the situation under the waterline. A sonar constructs a map of the underwater scenery, and the systems of the ferry detects objects which are located in the fairway or will cross the fairway of the ferry. This information will be sent via 5G to the University of Stralsund. At first, it will be a captain on board of the ferry. The autonomous system will learn to control the driving of the ferry. In the future, the captain will be seated in the University Stralsund. Remote control information will be sent via 5G and processed by a local processing unit in the university. In the case of an emergency, the captain can override the control unit at any time using the normal steering wheel by a remote connectivity. The services of the ferry will quit in the future without this new technology. The problems are the costs of the ferry and the missing employers in the future. So, autonomous driving of a ferry is important for the rural region of the island of Rügen. With that, my presentation comes to an end. Thank you for your interest and your attention, and now I'm open for any questions or comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Minister. So I was watching the solutions. For now, they look like, for example, on self-sailing ferry, they look like quite bulky. So there is some extra technology attached to the ferry. Is there a plan to integrate that into the ferry building already? And are you already working with somebody on that matter?
At first, this ferry is a part of the bus system on this island. Both sides the lake is a special protected natural area, so the bikers have to use it if they will cross this route. At second, this lake is in the middle of nowhere, and it had a big advantage. No international, no European, no laws of the Federal Republic of Germany covers it. So I can try it without waiting for all the next legislation steps we need before you can use an autonomous ferry in a normal fairway. This lake has only ducks, sea roses, in the summer some swimming, private persons, and this ferry.
All right, but the aim is to do autonomy to make this ferry automized?
Yes, this is the idea. 2 steps. Electronical ferry is the first big step. The second one is to automize ferry contacts in the future.
All right.
With the 3 steps.
Thank you. Any other questions, please? Here's the microphone. Yes, there's the question. Over there, please. Microphone, Lotte. Well, there's. Thank you.
So, thank you for your nice presentation. So I'm Mohamed Ashouch from Nokia. I would like to ask you about the telemedicine, as it is foreseen as one of the key use cases for 6G and for 5G and coming 6G. So I would like to get your feedback on the business model of this telemedicine, and what is your own experience on that? What will be the monetization aspect? So what will be the contribution of the patient? What will be the contribution of the state, the social insurance, etc., in order to make it sustainable in the future?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. At first, the medical sector in Germany is a part of the public sector. So with a business case is not so easy. This rural area has water in the north and the Polish border on the east side, where they search for new doctors, and in the summer you have a lot of tourists. It's a present. It's important for the island, but we have only one big street along the island. So in the summer, the traffic jam stopped all, and this is the time in which the University of Greifswald thought about and built this idea. The emergency doctor with signal, with blue light, has no possibility to cross this street. And so they thought about what could be to bring the doctor to the patient without physical bringing. This was the idea and the problem. I think in the most rural regions in Germany you have the same problems. No doctors, too much patients, and in the tourist regions you have too much traffic in the summer. So the business case is not the first few. It was the few for enough employers and a fast first possibility to have the patients by a doctor, emergency doctor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Minister. Thank you very much.
Thank you.